It's your boy Rob. I'm back again for video number 2. It's what I love to do. It's part of my purpose, baby. But we're gonna talk about what the hell's going on in the world right now. And I gotta stay calm because my Mercury is in Aries. And if you don't know about Mercury, Mercury is about communication. And what is Aries? Cardinal fire. And so you already know my Mars in Libra. I don't play about nothing that's unfair. You know what I'm saying? Am the Royals. I'm not playing about this subject. So if you consider real matters, politics, stars, revelation, Bible, astrology, all that, we're talking about it right now. So I don't want to hear none of that bull crap because we talking about justice, motherfucker. We talking about justice. I'm not talking about the police serving justice. I'm talking about the community serving justice, motherfucker. Let me calm down. Because this shit's serious. You know what I just said? I said when things is unfair, I get worked up. And let me calm my ass down so I can start this motherfucking video. Just gotta have to give y'all a little energy real quick. So, now when was this country founded? 1776? 1770? United States of America? Founding fathers? George Washington? What was the vibes during that time? What was the vibes during that time? I need you to sit back and think, man. From when you learned about presidents in second grade to when you was learning about everything in high school, middle school. They left the British, they left England, they formed the colonies. All right, I ain't going into specific detail. You know what I'm talking about. Now, Pluto makes a return every 250 years. Now, do the math. It's 2021. What's 2021 minus 250, motherfucker? What's 200? What's 2021 minus 250? Do the math. 1771. So even if we're talking estimates, that still was around 1776. So it would have to be 2026 for to make a full Pluto return from 1776. Now, just because they signed some documents and said it was founded in 70, no, they was in the process of making things founded before that. Now, what is Pluto about? Transformation, baby. It's far out in the loop. When the far planets, well, you know what I'm saying? We talking about the terrestrial planets, Mercury, Venus, Mars, you know what I'm saying? They all close, man. The moon is close. That's why when you look at your birth chart, that's why they matter more in a common daily day basis. But when a planet gets close to you, all right, it's going to have an effect. If another individual, aka another planet or a star, a group of energies comes together and comes and mess with you, all right, it's going to affect you. So this is what we got to take into consideration right here, right now. So I'm about to break down what it's talking about in the biblical analysis way, the stars, the planets way, too. And I'm connecting it with history. Fact check me, man. This ain't coming from a bunch of other sources. I took this from sources who taught me, and I did my own research. I don't need no other platform. Don't compare me to nobody. This is Robbie J studies. You a Robbie J class right now, huh? All right, cool. Sit in your seat. Sit in your seat. Sit in your seat. So Pluto, like I said, Pluto's all about transformation, right? And so based on your own Pluto sign and what house it's in, you will understand how Pluto has an effect on your life. Now, what do we see that's going on today? Today, we have a lot of issues with politics, the police, and affecting our communities, right? Our fourth house, personal measures, you know what I mean? And it's Pluto is in Capricorn, so it's affecting the earth in a leadership way. Everybody's having a problem with leadership right now. It's a conflict over presidents. That's all everybody's worried about is who's this, who's that, why this is wrong, why is this? You know, all the problems of the government in the United States from 1776 and beyond is all coming to the forefront. The dark side of the United States is getting brought to the light through more history, through more connections. But we have to understand we cannot indulge in this negative energy. We have to transform the energy. We have to transmute the energy. I'm not talking about becoming something you're not and thinking that all you just is. No, I'm saying transform all these negative things and turn it into a positive. If someone calls you the N-word and you black like me or one of my fellow people, I'm not saying go whip their ass because it's just a word. If you getting all worked up by words right now, you in the wrong state because you ain't leading nobody besides leading someone to a jail cell or leading somebody to get killed. So we not talking about that. We talking about serving for justice. Now, if somebody's getting their butt whooped for no reason, they don't deserve to get their butt whooped, get up there. Y'all see a police, get up on them. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about no name calling. You can call me a name all day. Call me a group. Say I'm a liberal or something. I don't care. Because I know what I am. I don't care what you think about me. But we're not going into that because that's not what this is about. Now, what has everything been conditioning you for outside in religion to even movies? They making movies The Purge. They making movies about alien contact. You know, Jesus. You know, in the archangels. You know what I'm saying? The royal stars, whatever, is coming down from the heavens. That's an extraterrestrial experience, by the way. Which y'all need to understand too, is that we are all some sort of way, shape, or form of extraterrestrial energy based off the stars we align with. Because last time I checked, the freaking stars is not in our atmosphere or our solar system. Some of them. So based off your planetary alignments, you connect to different stars, right? So then you got a different planet coming from a whole different degree. That's not one of the terrestrial planets that's coming back around with a certain type of energy applied to that zodiac sign, as well as its already abilities that it's come with. Excuse me. Now, what y'all have to understand, 250 years ago, the Constitution was written on behalf impartial value and the Bill of Rights was because the British soldiers were all invading the privacy of the colonies. They were invading the communities. The police right now, what are they talking about? You know what I mean? They was burning stuff down because in Minneapolis and other things because they're not okay with what the police is doing to the community. You know what I mean? They're passing certain types of orders and such that is having an effect on our community. You know what I'm saying? So Thomas Jefferson backed this in the Declaration of Independence in a list called the repeated injuries of your patterns against King George III. You know what I'm saying? Because King George III, they was being assholes and sending the army and military. So you guys are talking about all this political stuff. This all aligns to stuff that was going on 250 years ago. That was in a different way, shape, or form. Because energy only changes form. It cannot be created nor destroyed. So you scared of death? Stop being scared of death because you was alive before you even came in this form. All right. So now George Washington ensured that the military would be used to defend the people. You know what I'm saying? Because the new Bill of Rights for the U.S. Constitution in 1790 was the Third Amendment. No soldier shall be, excuse me, no soldier shall be in the presence of a community to be prescribed by law. Now, this amendment is not seen important now, but then it was because people's personal privacy in their homes is being affected. And what's going on now, people's privacy and communities and families is being affected, especially us black folks out here, because we having problems in racial, social injustice. Now, don't apply your mind to that main thing. We're applying to the positives and transmuting this stuff, right? So right now the U.S. is facing its darkness, right? So British soldiers back then were forcing their way into houses and of Americans, but that's why they went to war. That was partial of the reasons for the American Revolution, which was led by George Washington. So y'all talking about all these presidents. Why do you think George Washington was such a prominent figure? Because he led that revolution, y'all. Not no Biden, not no Lincoln, not no Obama. No. Kennedy. No, it was George Washington. George Washington was the real dude, man. That's why it's Washington, D.C., dude. Because he was the founding leader and the sole energy behind all of that. Now, the U.S. is facing this darkness, right now. And the one thing you have to understand is that we are the ones. We have the Silicon Valley. We created Apple. You know, Bill Gates created Windows. You know what I'm saying? We got Facebook, YouTube. We got all these things that everybody uses across the world. Now, that's just in California. And there's so many other things. Even the U.S. dollar, everything has to be traded through the United States. The United States is considered a superpower. And what are we in the West, right? What is the Western quadrant of the zodiac signs? The fall, you know what I'm saying? Which is Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius. So those type of cardinal air, mutable water, or Scorpio, whichever one it is. And then, you know, Sagittarius, and all those energies are applying to this way, shape, or form during this time. Now, connecting this to Revelation. Now, Revelation, what it talks about in Revelation, right? Revelation 8:7. Now, I'm doing this because for my biblical people who don't believe that stars have to do with all this bull crap, you know what I'm saying? So the first angel sounded his trumpet, and there came hail and fire marked with, I can't even read my own, fire mixed with blood. And it was hurled down on the earth. A third of the earth was burned up, and a third of the trees were burned up, and all the green grass was burned up. What does that sound like? Did California not just go through some of the worst fires ever in history? Yes, they did. Yeah, I mean, yes, we did, because I was there. So don't be playing with me when it's talking about Revelation. Now, don't be getting on no Bible people talking about some of the stories and stuff. It's all just referring to the stars and how they alignment. The disciples were just the watchers of the stars, you know what I'm saying? So to say, the planets, you know what I'm saying? So you need to do that. So don't be getting on no Bible people because they still kind of doing better than what you're doing on your evil ways. You know what I'm saying? So Revelation 13:13. And to perform great signs, even casting fire to come down from heaven into the earth in full view of the people. We all seen them fires. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't no joke. Now, if we know the Mayan calendar, aka, you know what I'm saying, the transition to new ages, the new age of Aquarius. Now, air is in every element. That's what y'all have to understand. That's why air is bipolar and air is in the mind, because air is in fire, water, and earth. Air and dirt equals dust. Air and earth. Air and water is steamy, foggy. And now air and fire, you already know what the hell that is, because yo ass was just experiencing all them fumes and shit from burning, all them trees burning. You was inhaling that musty smoke. So that means a fire will just grow if air has to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So a storm with air, windy, you know what I'm saying? It's out of control. A sandstorm, a dust storm, a dirt. So stop playing with me. You connect the elements to everything, motherfucker. All right. Now, the one thing you have to understand is every Chinese dynasty and even the Roman empires, every 250 years, they barely lasted over 250 years. They were always around that. Hey, can you turn it down a little bit, just a tiny bit? It barely lasted over 250 years, aka during that Pluto return. Now, Pluto is taking us to a new golden age right now. So we are in the age of Aquarius. We're making that transition. The transition between this age is going to be quicker and faster and different and versatile because it is an air age. So it's going to have qualities of all types of age. So we have to have a humanitarian type of vibe to be golden. That's why this transformation, you can't be negative. You know what I'm saying? You can't. Otherwise, if you being unfair and unjust, that's when my ass is to come in and whoop your motherfucking ass, because that's what my job is here. My job here is to guide people and give them the right wisdom and make sure fairness is going across the motherfucking world. Now, if we understand that every 250 years, a new empire would arise and things would be adjusted, the transitions would occur. Now, this is what's about to happen to the United States. So all the stuff you're hearing about Revelation, all the Revelation stuff is happening right now. All, you know, everybody's worried about this martial law and worried about wars. It's because people are not okay with the foundations and principles in the dark side of the United States and even other governments and religions and things that have been founded upon, that have been going on for hundreds and hundreds of years and have just mutated in a different way, shapes, or forms. Okay, so y'all have to understand this has been going down. Now I'm about to take it even deeper in history. Now, so the Pluto return, right, is happening between these years of 2019 to 2026. Some people say 2024, you know what I mean? It's just, you have to understand, either way, the planet is within our range. So it doesn't matter the specific year, because each year will be different than the other based on the region that, or constellation that it's in, and the closer it gets to us. You know what I'm saying? So when Rome experienced the Pluto return in the years 218 to 220 AD, this was a period of terrible occurrences after the Great Expansion. So remember, Great Expansion occurred, just like the United States. What they talking about, they expanded and created their bullshit. All right, same thing happened in Rome. Now, what's his name? Severus Alexander was the last emperor of the dynasty. You know, this is called the Severan dynasty. This is when the Great Persecution happened. You remember learning about the Great Persecution in school? I bet you fucking do, for all you fucking college kids and motherfucking people who think they know everything. All you need to do is connect the dots. We ain't going to talk about history so deep. We're just going to connect the dots to the stars and the religion and how it's affecting today. Now, they experienced that Pluto return around those years, 218 to 222 AD. Now, in 222 AD, you know what I'm saying? The armies were not in control. He didn't do a good job of controlling these armies, you know what I'm saying? So these periods of the transition points, you know, showed us the evolution and transitions of their dynasty. They had a great dynasty, and then it fell because of people's seeing through the unruliness and unrighteousness and unfairness of the dynasty. So Diocletius, I can't pronounce his name, he led the Great Persecution. They were persecuting all Christians. They made anti-Christian laws. They were burning up all the Bibles, all the books. Remember, Romans, you know what I mean? They heavy Christians, you know what I'm saying? Now they was going against Christianity, you know what I'm saying? So They went down to the new church that was being built in Turkey and built that whole motherfucker down. So you seeing all this crazy shit happen today. Why do you think? Because people are rebelling. Aquarius is a rebellious nature. We're leaving the age of Pisces, aka when they're talking about Jesus, why they put Jesus on the fish? Because it's the age of Pisces, water. You know what I'm saying? Now we're going into the age of humanity and rebellion. So we're rebelling off anything that doesn't have to do with humanity. Now we need to do that in a golden type of way that'll suit ourselves, but yet suit everybody. So make sure you guys are staying in contact. In contentment with what's going on. Now look at George Floyd. Look what happened and everything that happened with that. So we need to connect the dots. You know what I mean? These are all economic issues and political issues, race issues, all being combined together. Now, the Quartering Act, you know what I mean? Going back to the Revolutionary War, what is the Quartering Act? You know what I'm saying? The Quartering Act was establishing the fact of the matter that the British soldiers couldn't quarter with our people. What is going on right now? What is everybody tripping off of? The wall. They're tripping off of foreign people coming here. That the fact that African Americans, we can't even get along, but a motherfucker that comes in from another fucking state, or another state from another country, not even the same state in our country, we can't even get along because of some credit bullshit. That's faulty. You know what I'm saying? So we having problems with a lot of these things that's going on right now. So it's like talking about the Bible. Right, it's talking about Revelation. Now, the missing books, the Book of Enoch, and all that stuff is just explaining what's going on during this period. Now, you got royal stars that connect each of the zodiac. They make the cross. That's why we wear the cross, or before even the Ankh. You know what I'm saying? So, pretty much right now it's gonna be Antares time. That's why they talk about Gabriel, Michael, and Raphael in the main Bible, the New Testament, Old Testament, and their roles. But see, here comes me, and I done manifested myself here, and as well as my other angels, my royal brothers and sisters. We're still here, but some of us have a more important role than the other right now, based off of spreading knowledge and wisdom and learning and stuff, and that's what I have to do. Now, when you look at some of these things, we watch like the movies like The Purge or Bird Box and all this fucking shit where, you know, zombie apocalypse. They're trying to make it in a scary way. They're trying to fuck with your vision, your mind. Now, we need to have golden ways of understanding. We need to have a positive, more uplifting way to build humanity and put the right leaders in power and fall under people with good energy and tactics, because that's the ones who's going to be able to guide you and put you in the right spot to know when to defend yourself and when to be on the offensive. You know what I mean? And I am the general of this motherfucking shit. Not nobody else. You know what I'm saying? So follow who you want. Do what you think is right. But I'm telling you, I'm doing this shit. I'm doing this shift all the way down to the T. Now, if you want to get specific right now, you know, there's too many things to attach to right now, because you have phones, because you have friends, because you have television. So it's hard to know what's right and wrong, but you have to use discernment with your spirit and your soul. You have to go within and you'll know. You know what I'm saying? So basically what I'm saying is, people think the Bible, like I said, I don't bash Bible people. I used to be on the Hebrew Israelite stuff, but that's not the only book. That's not, people don't understand all that does is connect to the stars. The English language came after Greek. It came after Latin, French. All these languages came before. So you don't understand languages is a trap. Your physical name or what you call things is a trap. You can call anything you want. We're just all we have to do is use history and what happened. We can study energy and we know energy. You don't have to look at a person's name to see that they just burnt some shit up and they're a pyru. If a nigga just lit some shit on fire, you're gonna be like, damn, that nigga lights shit on fire. He's destructive. Oh, a person feeds you knowledge and gives you free food and loves you and hugs. You know they're about the love energy. It's simple. Stop making things so complex today. I'm tired of this. That's why you tune into my channel right now. That's why you always fucked with me for some way, shape, or form. Because now I'm really on my purpose, y'all. I'm really on my purpose. So with what's going on right now, we're not gonna win in rebuilding this golden age of understanding by going against these principles, by not defending yourself, by not sticking up for the truth, by voting for a president who don't even know your dumb ass, who's signing 60 executive orders, by arguing with, by supporting a dude who supported the KKK. Bro, what I'm getting at is you don't know people. We got people, we're arguing about two people we've never met, and you think you got a whole background report on them saying this why this person's better, but you act like that's their whole timeline. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. You don't even know their birth chart, first of all. You talking about some shit that MSN or CNN saying, or some type of YouTube. You don't know. You don't even know. You know what I'm saying? So the main thing is using discernment on energy right now and making sure your energy is good. Because as long as your energy is good, you're going to be okay. But what I'm saying is like, be aware of all these pictures being painted, these shows that you watch, these TV shows, and these people you're around that just want to gossip or talk negative or no, make something happen. You know what I mean? Put this knowledge out there for your community. You know, do some research your own damn self. Because the thing you have to understand is Pluto does not play around. This is not the only sun in our solar system. We are not the only planet. Y'all be acting like that's why spirits are in a different dimension. You can't see them. You can't see them. You can feel the energy, but you can't see the energy because you can only see so much in this realm. It's all vibrations. The the soul emits a vibration. Now Pluto is about to cause some privations here. It's already doing it. Saturn's already doing it. So religion-wise, yes, revelation is just an understanding of revealing the truth. You know, it's basically saying will be the revealing times. And what's going on now? We have iPhones. We have opportunities to reveal all different types of information. Ourselves or others reveal it to us, right? The Mayan calendar, 2012. Y'all was scared, watched that movie, thought the world was about to end. Now, I'm not saying crazy events can't happen because look at this, like the San Andreas fault, like other fault lines, like places where tornadoes happen. You know, like I said, we're in the age of Aquarius, the water bearer. You know what I mean? The bearer of information. You know what I'm saying? Because air, information. You know what I'm saying? Ability to change form. Air can go in many different fucking forms. So I don't want to hear nothing about people saying, well, the Bible said, no. The Bible is speaking some facts. It's how you interpret those facts and what you connect it to. You know what I mean? Some people are still stuck on the stories and calling on Jesus when Jesus is just a sun and ain't nothing new under the sun. The sun been leading y'all in the wrong direction. So don't go up here worshiping the sun. If you're going to worship the sun, you got to worship the moon. If you're going to follow one religion, you got to follow all the religions. If you're going to study a star, well, you need to study all the stars. You don't even know what stars you come from. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know what the planets is doing to us right now. It's like a gang. If a gang walks up on you and is trying to rob you, you either gonna surrender, you're gonna run, or you gotta have some type of reaction to that. You're gonna respond to that. The planets is doing something to us, man. The sun does something to us, man. You know, the spirits, ancestors you connect to, the information you download does something to you, man. So get it together, y'all. How are you going to react and respond during these times? What measures are you going to take to make sure you're building a golden empire for yourself? And whose empire are you actually building? What music are you really listening to? You know what I'm saying? Who do you think you are? What do you resonate with? You know what I'm saying? Because I put it to you this way. Some people just simply don't care. You seen what they was doing in 1776. Now, George Washington wasn't playing none of that. He was trying to really build some equality. You know what I mean? In America, the birth chart of it, yes, there is good principles in it that was meant to stand on it. But what it was founded upon, just like your chart, your birth chart, you don't got 100% good things. Nothing is perfect in an all right way. Because if you have all right, then you would have no left. If you have all left, you would have no right. If you have no top, you would have no bottom. So what are you talking about today? You can't make things 100% perfect. It's like dealing with people. You got to deal with people, but if you're not dealing with yourself, you could tell everybody else to take a shower, but you need to get up and wash your own ass too. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I suggest if you're into the Bible or any way, shape, or form, get to the missing books, the book of Enoch, the book of Jasper, study who the archangels are and how they connect to the stars. Find out what stars you connect from by going to 88 Constellation of Words. Do your birth chart. Research that. Hit me up if you need any other information. You know what I mean? Just understand that people been known the stars for years. They just put it in ways that was hard for us to understand. They took books out in the Bible. See, chapters are books. When you read a chapter book, all it is a bunch of books comprised in the one. Your life has chapters. Your whole life story is a book. History, his story. So don't be following other people's history. You got to take all the histories, his stories, and put it in to a big ass story and figure it out. It takes time. It takes time, man. You know what I mean? So Don't be scared about no purge happening or nothing crazy, or don't manifest nothing crazy right now. Manifest positive things because you know what's going on in the world, these politics and religions and stuff like that. It all results back to one thing. Before the age of Gemini, Taurus, before languages came about and ways to communicate, they was drawing fucking pictures, my nigga. If I pointed at this and I have a drink and I was just like, you know, I was offering you a drink. It didn't matter. I didn't have to say, would you like some of this blueberry, spinach, banana, freaking strawberry smoothie with cacao? I didn't have to say all that. All I had to say was, and then you'd be like, I try something. Exactly. So make sure your internal energy is right now. Because I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of y'all sitting up here going manifest some crazy situations, judging the government, and y'all ain't changing yourself. Y'all ain't even changing energy for yourself. You know what I mean? I'm tired of y'all throwing stones at everybody, manipulating people, lying to people, getting with somebody who just gonna worship you. You know what I'm saying? What do you think these elites did? You complain about the damn government. What do you think they do? They manipulating everybody. They're taking books out saying, oh, well, this is the real book, and this is the real information. No, you can do this, but you can't do that. Whose rules are you following? You don't even follow your own morals and standards that you believe. You believe what the hell some people made, some law they made up in 60 years ago. That's just physical law. That's not universal law. Universal laws is karma. Universal laws is yin and yang. From within, so without. So, like I said, this video is supposed to mainly be about Pluto and Saturn and how the planets affect us and how revelation and the Earth's karma and people's karma comes back and how light comes from darkness, aka darkness will come to the light because it's vice versa. You know what I'm saying? They both share some way, shape, or form. You know, and don't be worshiping the sun if you ain't going to worship the moon. And don't worship the moon or the suns if you're not going to acknowledge that there's other suns, aka stars out here. Sitting up here talking about this one sun like there ain't some stars trillions of fucking light years away that's bigger than that motherfucker. You gonna sit up here and be like, well, damn, the Egyptians were supposed... Nigga, Egyptian is not even what they called themselves back then. Kemet, all that. I don't want to hear none of these names. They were people, motherfucker. Just like you're a person. I'm tired of this shit, man. You know, that's why I'm doing this myself. If you don't resonate with me, start your own empire and YouTube channel. I don't care. I'm here to do what therobbyj has to do. Crack the codes, crack the research. You know what I'm saying? It gets deep, man. It gets deep, but you want to do a surface level understanding for everything, you're not going to go nowhere because guess what? When you deal with surface level physical too much, you ain't going internal. You got to go deep. You know what I'm saying? You got to sink deep, man. You know, and yes, there is a lot of issues with this government and a lot of things going on in the world, but you ain't going to help it by just throwing negative energy towards it. It ain't going to help it by arguing about two white dudes, black dudes, Mexicans, about saying who's better or not. No, you make yourself better. You sitting up here arguing with me about somebody. You know what? It's just like, I ain't trying to throw a bro under the bus, but, you know, homie I was arguing with. And we was arguing about the Trump and Biden. I regret even doing it because I believe Trump was a better candidate because he helped out black business. It doesn't matter because they both some Masonic motherfuckers. So at the end of the day, our argument was stupid. I regret that shit. I know not to do it no more because it doesn't matter. But it's like being a mayor of a suburbs. Bro, suburbs have no problems, man. They making their money. They paying their taxes. Go to the hood and try to rejuvenate the hood, motherfucker. Sitting up there talking about I'm gonna be the mayor of Livermore, Dublin, or some shit. Nigga, that shit don't fucking matter, nigga. Their construct, their matters don't wait. You guys sit back and relax and let them white folks pay their taxes or rich people. It doesn't matter their skin color. Whoever's got money, they in the suburbs for a reason. Go uplift the other communities. Uplift yourself. These degrees don't matter. You go into philosophies that other people made up. We can all create our own philosophies. You wonder why some stars shine brighter than others. But you know why? Because they're connected. LeBron James is connected. Michael Jackson was Michael Jordan, whoever, Celine Dion, Whitney. It doesn't matter. These powers and great leaders, you know, Winston Churchill, you can name anybody. They was connected to their source. Connect to your source. Connect to your source, and let's rebuild this golden age. Because Pluto ain't playing, man. How are you going to react and respond to Pluto, man? How are you going to react to a gang member coming up to you and talking about he finna rob you and transform your shit, huh? What you going to do about it? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm here to do. Spark thoughts to get you to transform this motherfucker to the golden age, all right? Now, it's all love and light. It's all gold because I'm trying to shine bright, y'all. All right? Peace.